Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. And to those of you who are watching later in the day, hope your day has gone well so far. And if you're watching at some future date, hope life has been good to you. And good morning to those of you who have just joined me live. Hi Angie, lovely to see you. Hope all's well. It's a lovely morning this morning. My kind of temperature, about 14-15 degrees. Mild, cool, fresh, very little wind, lovely bird song. Good morning, Anne, lovely to see you too. Hope all's well. Dogs barking. Just a bird song, a little rustle of the wind, of the leaves. Always good. So we'll just change camera direction and we'll go along what seems to be an ever increasingly narrow path as the grasses grow into it. I have to duck my head from time to time. Good morning, Jacqueline, lovely to see you. Everything's just easy this morning. Lovely feel of the wind, or not the wind, the air. Here's a lovely peach colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Exquisite contrasts and shades we've got here. Beautiful. And these grasses there, that's grass is up to my chest. And everything's growing. And the buttercups these are the tall ones. And there's a quietness, even despite the dog barking and machinery in the distance. Just a sense of calm. And I think that's what nature does. It just brings everything down. And now we're getting into a shadier part which looks really nice. But then that's just going to open up to the brighter part again. And there's a lovely fresh sense, sort of series of smells. Because it's been raining overnight a little bit. And everything's been released from the soil and the leaves and the bark. And it's a rare opportunity. Because my sense of smell is so poor and I'm not terribly mindful of my sense of smell because of that. And the blossom. Or the roses. Is it roses? Who knows? Too tall, I think, but maybe not. Just gorgeous. So we'll go into Badgerwood. Haven't been in there for a few days. And the wee white flowers of the strawberry leaves. Plants are still there. Zooming in. And it's cooler in here. And it's shadier. And you definitely get a feel of, whereas in the bigger path, or the more open path rather, that you're still kind of in human territory. This is now, you're a guest in someone else's place. That's lovely, Anne, yes. I think quite a few people remember my sister or sisters trying to make perfume from rose petals. Nice memory. And here's the big, what I always consider still the first in the original badger set that I saw. And we've seen film footage of not just badgers and their cubs walking into that and out of it and past it, but rabbits and deer and foxes. Amazing what goes on in the evening, what goes on at night in the dark. Good morning, Alison. Hope you're well today. And this is just stunning to just be up here on a kind of ridge and to be able to look down. You can just see the burn glistening slightly to the right of centre. You hear the plane, but you hear the bird song better. And the greenery, 1,000 shades of green. And the sun's finally trying to get through. That's the first I've noticed on this walk. And so the three senses are deliberately switched on, just absorbing what we see. And just look here, down towards the ground. I don't know, 40, 50, 60 new trees, little saplings, just growing up. How many or so will survive, who knows? And even just here, literally at my feet, must be 20, 30, plus new strawberry leaves, plants, and the almost shaking of these leaves, almost just like pulsing. And no aim, just to see what's to be seen, like the sunlight on that trunk, almost glistening, and very bright over there. And the sounds of birds. And the feel of fresh air in your face and on your hands. And that's, to me, the biggest trigger of remembering that you're alive and that life is just a great joy. And we often forget that when we get caught up in our own sort of microcosm of our daily lives, decisions to make, things to do, concerns. But it's fresh air that teaches us to remember that being alive is the thing. It's the great thing. And I'll always go back to that football game when Christian Eriksen collapsed. And everyone who was watching just prayed, hoped, wished for a recovery. And that's when you notice how important it is to be alive, when the possibility of it going looks likely or possible, even for a complete stranger, someone who many non-football fans would never have heard of until that moment. Then all of a sudden it's, I hope he survives. So when you're out in the fresh air, that's what the fresh air does to you in a much less shocking way. It teaches you that you are actually alive and that this is an amazing gift just to be alive. And the gift of sight, which not everyone has. So we're able to see this vast density of trees and living things. The gift of hearing, which not everyone has. To be able to hear birdsong, the chirp, 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 that's been going on. And to feel with your skin, which not everyone has. So you can feel right now warmth on my face at the left hand side and coolness on my face at the right hand side because of the way the sun's shining. And down there it looks vast. You can just see the burn down there. It looks enormous, but it's not even registered in a map, although it will be on Google Maps somewhere. And you just pass by strange works of nature, stripping of bark. And was that done by a badger or a deer? That looks ripped there. Claws maybe, but who knows, it might be natural. And these trees just lining there, and just beyond those last trees is the clearing again. And it's so basic at one level and so complex at the other level. And that life is just a gem, just a joy. So we'll just walk onto the clearing because it is a sunny day, so we'll get a nice open view to finish up on. And the colours are just, and the colours and the views are just rising in front of me, moment by moment by moment. So I've not needed to think for the last 15 minutes. I had a phone call meeting earlier, needed to think. I was planning some stuff, reviewing some stuff, needed to think. But now I don't need to think, I just need to experience and share the experiences in words with you. So the mind gets rested and it gets nurtured at the same time. And we should rest lots of the time. We're not meant to be machines, cogs in a wheel, working. It's a horrible aspect of our economic system. But we need to work within it. We don't have much choice. So we need to find rest within that way of life. And we need to find ways to nurture ourselves. And to come here and just see 1,000 buttercups in front of you in a clearing, having just come out of a badger wood, with several hundred trees in the background, and then gorgeous array of clouds on a sunny day in late June, and looking towards the rest of Lanarkshire is a way to nurture yourself, especially if you deliberately do it for that purpose and you just notice the sounds, the sights, the feel of the air that tells us we're alive. So, hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a pleasure being with you. It's absolutely gorgeous out here just now. Not too hot. And the views are stunning. So I'll just leave you in silence for the next 30 seconds or so, and then switch off as I walk by some gorgeous roses or flowers here. Okay everyone, take care, have a lovely day. I'll be back on this evening at 8:15. Bye now.